Hey, what's going on? So this question comes up quite frequently, and that is, what should my baby's first food be? And the common recommendation is rice cereal, which I'm going to explain in a second why that makes absolutely no sense to me. But one thing I just want to, a really interesting thing that I think is really interesting is, at first, I think the ideal food is breast milk in most cases. I would say in certain cases where, say, the mom has a really extremely unhealthy or really poor diet, her breast milk might not be the best, but that's very rare. But for, humans have been evolving for about 2.5 million years, and babies have been eating exclusively from mama's breast for pretty much all of that time, right? I mean, travel back in time, there weren't any hunter-gatherers, chasing down the wildebeest so the baby could suck on the boob while they hold it down, right? They were getting it from mom, so that's what we're designed to get at first. And there's these things called oligosaccharides, these sugars in breast milk that the baby can't digest. They serve no purpose for the baby whatsoever, but they feed the microbiome, the healthy bacteria that lives in a baby's gut. Like, that's how important our microbiome is, that over many, many, many years, a woman's body's evolved to create sugars just to feed the bacteria that live in our guts. And that's why it's like, man, we really should be avoiding antibiotics and poor junk foods and conventional meats with antibiotics in it, because they kill those good guys, and they're obviously there for a reason, right? It's extremely important. But get to the 4, 5, 6 month period when a baby's ready to get some solid foods. What food should we be giving them? So rice cereal makes absolutely no sense to me. I mean, rice is basically sugar, and then they add, they fortify it with vitamins and iron. And what they do is they add what are called usually synthetic vitamins. So there's vitamins that exist in nature, in foods and animals and plants, the way we've been eating them since the beginning of man. And then there's vitamins that are created in a lab. And these vitamins, they oftentimes have a different molecular structure. They're not the same, but they can have the exact same name. So I would argue, I think very convincingly, that the vitamins and minerals in the form that humans have been eating for millions of years is a better option than the stuff that's been made in the lab in the last few decades, okay? I mean, think about it. The vitamin A and B wasn't even discovered until 100 years ago. Like, only 100 years. It's crazy. But this stuff, it's always been in foods, and it just hasn't been named. And I promise you, there's things in Whole Foods right now that are good for humans that haven't been discovered yet. And they do things in our bodies that we just don't know about. I mean, if you really read and understand the body, we really know very little about how things work. I mean, right now, you and I, there's hundreds of trillions of chemical reactions happening in our body every second. Hundreds. It's mind-boggling how amazing you are, right? So I like to just stick with giving whole foods. So what are the first whole foods I like to give my baby? So the baby, your body is built via proteins, fats, vitamins, and minerals, okay? So I want something that has good, complete protein, good, healthy fats, and lots of vitamins and minerals. So I like to start with soft-boiled egg yolks from good, high-quality eggs from ideally free-ranging, like the best quality eggs you can get. I like avocado to start with, and then pureed meats. So, and if any meat you pick, liver would be the best if you can get your kid to eat liver. But the best, you got to get meats that are not conventionally raised, right? So take 2 cows, exact same gene code, right? These cows are, say they're clones of each other. One cow is locked in a barn being force-fed corn and given antibiotics and hormones, and the other one is just roaming around eating grass, right? Same genes, but completely different health you're going to get from eating those 2 animals. So make sure you get meat from animals that are completely drug-free and raised on what they're supposed to be eating. And then you puree it. And the way I puree it, you guys can think it's weird, but I don't care, is I chew it up. So I would just chew up meat with some avocado, or chew up meat with some egg yolk, like soft-boiled egg yolk, and mash it up. And that was baby's first food. You could put a little banana in there to help, make it a little sweeter, because humans, man, it's in their gene code to love sweet, to get them kind of going on it. But our first baby, that's what we started with, and our second baby is going to be the same. So from month 6, I don't know when he started, it was like 6 or 7 months when he first started, it was pureed avocado, meats, and egg yolk with breast milk, of course, every day for quite a long time. And then we just started slowly introducing more things. So I think personally, those are the best foods you could possibly start your baby with. I didn't, and I would never give or recommend rice cereal, right? A great form of iron you're going to find in egg and meat especially, the good heme iron. And it's a whole food, so there's just so much more in there you're getting. So I hope that helps. I'm going to attach a link where you can get, like my eating guide, man. Just if you just eat within the guide, it's magic happens, and that's just how we live. So I hope that helps some new moms and dads out there.